Well, welcome to my first ever unboxing of an RC car at my new place in Pennsylvania. Slight bit of clickbait on the title there, but it's very true. This is my very first unboxing. What have we got today? Well, if you love the WL Toys 124019, as I do, after all, I own 3 of them, and one of them has done 100 miles an hour on just 2S. Now, whilst to achieve that 100 miles an hour on 2S, I obviously had to convert it to brushless WL Toys. I've listened to customer feedback, fairly obviously, and brought out their own brushless version. It's just $20 more than a standard 124019. This brushless version does 75 kilometers an hour, so it claims, on the box and the website. So what is that in miles per hour? About 46 miles an hour. Now, don't be fooled if you get one of these boxes from Vanguard and think they've sent me the wrong car, because the right one is on the side of the box, which shall appear like magic. I'll clean that up later. Anyway, let me show you what you get for your money. Okay, so what do we get for our money? USB charger in there, wheel spanner, instruction manual. Now the transmitter. Pulling that out of the box, the one downside I would say to these WL Toys cars is people like the RC Master have found out that they don't have an absolutely great range. Do check out the RC Master's videos on the WL Toys cars because they are absolutely fantastic and it makes them go considerably faster than the ones I do. Now, besides the obvious things on the transmitter, like the throttle and the steering, we've also got throttle trim and steering trim on it, which is good to see. 4 AA batteries in the bottom, and we're good to go. Now, as for the car itself, brace yourselves, because it looks pretty darn similar to the 124019. Bar for the fact these tyres appear to be considerably grippier than the stock 124019. But more to the point, we need to get that shell off and see what's inside this baby. So tyres aside, what makes this car stand out? 3,400 kV brushless motor and that new brushless ESC with a fan on top, finally, to help keep things cool. We've even got a cat pack on top of the servo. The servo, I will say, is potentially the one weak point on the car. You might want something a little bit stronger in there, and it can be an absolute devil to replace, but overall the car is fairly easy to work upon. Although I do wish WL Toys would fit decent screws to these cars, because you have to be very careful not to strip them. That said, you've got fully adjustable suspension pretty much all round on the car. Turnbuckles all round on there. Metal chassis. Now I say metal, but it's alloy. It's like semantics, people. So what else is there to love about this car? Well, you've got metal drive shafts, both front and rear, and metal cups on the differentials. Overall, if you're familiar with the 124019 and the 144001, before that, everything is pretty much the same car we've come to know and love. The one thing I would say is do check the diffs for oil, both the rear and at the front. Likewise, check the shocks for oil. Anyway, I think it's about time I stop talking. We charge that battery up, take this thing outside and see just how well it gets on in the real world. And let's get the GPS on and see if it does it, that 75 kilometers an hour. 46 miles an hour. Okay, time to take it outside to play with it. First of all, we're going to test it on 2S and then 3S and see what a difference it makes to the performance. Although I haven't tested it off camera, it's quite brisk just on 2S, but on 3S, oh mama. Now lastly, one thing I would point out is, unlike the brushed versions of this car, you've got a separate ESC and receiver on here. This means, as an example, if this didn't put up with 3S on there, you could easily swap that ESC out for one that does handle 3S. But as stock, I can safely say, having tested it and seen other people's video, this thing is going to be a blast on 3S. Get to it, boy. Just remember, guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Well, I have to say, the WL Toys 124017 has an absolute surfeit of power, but the first thing you'll want to change is the steering, because the steering is way too direct. MSO. And it has got a fairly decent turn of speed. Apologies, I've had to move down here as they're doing a bit of work up at my house, which is very, very noisy. Brakes, not bad at all. There's it on grass, which I thought it might let it down. Testing it off camera, I was not at all sure whether it was going to be a big disappointment, and it's got enough power there to spin round. Now, from a standing start on grass, not bad. As I say, that steering, very, very direct indeed. And Let me show you the reason for that. That is because the front wheels have got a high level of toe out, which means it goes into the turn very, very quickly indeed. The problem that can give you is at higher speed, any correction that you do, even a minor one, can make the car suddenly veer one way or the other. So you're going to want to dial that toe out a little bit, particularly if you want to be going super fast with this car. You maybe even want a little bit of toe in on there. But with GPS, finally haven't found the satellites. Set it in track mode, start, and let's see. With a run slightly uphill, what are we looking at that? 46 miles an hour, which is what 75 kilometers an hour is. Really would like dual rate on this steering on this. Would definitely help. Let's just feed that power in to get it going nice and straight. I'm thinking I'll just bring it back down slowly. Don't want to be thinking I cheated on the speed on there. I'm thinking that's high 30s rather than 46 miles an hour. High 30s, 38 miles an hour. You can tell I spend far too much time doing this stuff. Okay, moment of truth. 3S Onyx pack on board, 50C rated, 2200 milliamps. Is it going to blow up? No, of course it's not going to blow up. I'd watch someone else run it on 3S, so I know it's not going to blow up. 3S, I can tell you, it straight away, it is a different beast. Say I would surface of power on here is like an understatement. Okay, so what's it like on 3S? I'm spinning all four wheels, and it is considerably faster. I'm thinking that's heading towards the 50 mile an hour mark. Oh, I would say so. Completely different beat. You want this thing on 3S, you don't want it on 2S. GPS on board. Start. Let's see how we get on. Bear in mind, this is going to be coming uphill towards me. Yeah, there we are. The grass didn't really slow it down much, I have to say. And it can take a bump. Did I say WL Toys can take a bump? Okay, well I figured I could squeeze a little bit more out of it on 3S, so brought it up to the park for a play around, and there's a few more different surfaces to play on here as well. It's got a little bit damp here, and this thing has got bags of power. It really has. So I might be able to get on a power a little bit earlier. So it's just so dirty. Yeah, that's on it, Rich. Man, will that have any more in it? That might have peaked out there. Get on a power a bit earlier here, Rich. Oh. It's frighteningly fast. Thinking that just about maxed out. That felt quicker for sure. How much quicker? Hopefully. Get decent GPS signal and see. I'm thinking that's faster. 48 miles an hour. Come on, Rich, on that power, on that power, on that power, on that power. And there is my GPS. So, let's see. Let's hope the results haven't got right out the window. 49 miles an hour. So, in attempting to crack that 50, we did have a little bit of a tumble, but with the battery back in the car, I think we're good to go. Well, given the tumble that took, all that's happened is this control arm has popped off, pulling the drive shaft out, but hopefully that pop back on there, all good to go. Who needs armour tough, baby? My spank. Managed that without any problem at all. Now, oh, I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. Do you have to watch that back end? It's a step out, particularly on these tyres. They're going to give it a lot of grip on loose dirt and short grass, but on blacktop, they are a little bit skittish, particularly when it's wet like this. But changing the tyres, fairly simple job. Very responsive indeed. That steering is growing on me, but like I say, if you're wanting to go fast in a straight line, then you want to dial some of that toe out off of there, for sure. Good decent amount of power on there. I mean, that thunders up there. It's making that transition. Ooh, see, more than enough power. This is a lot of fun car for the money. It really is. Okay, well, in conclusion, it's very good on 2S. It is absolutely exceptional on 3S. Close on 50 mile an hour performance for less than $145. I thought the 124019 was good value for the money. I think this thing at just 20 bucks more is absolutely exceptional. But let me know your thoughts and have your comment in the comment section below this video. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.